Once again, it's on. Welcome to another episode of Watch and Shoes. The watch is the Invicta Reserve Quality Hybrid with a sub-aqua base and a Venom bezel, functioning bezel. And the shoe is this Pajar. I like the details and the message that they have with their shoes. It's clearly from Canada. 50 years of handcrafted Canadian heritage. Born in Montreal, Canada. Established 1963. A lot of care went into this label. So whereas you often hear me complain about Nike checks, this I don't actually mind. It's done well, so it doesn't contradict or it doesn't take away from the aesthetic appeal of the overall shoe. Also, it's the tan off-white background with the red leather wraparound. Is same color scheme as shown here with the not quite white and the red, so it actually doesn't at all take away from the shoe's style. Okay, so off the rip, we'll go with the materials here. I tried to clean this up for you. Got a little bit of the suede wet, but so we got suede on the eyelets for the shoestring eyelets. See how close I can get in there for the details on this one. Okay, you got it. It's Canada and Pajar. Okay, beautiful stitching. More rugged suede. This is like the Toomey bag material. I'm not sure what they call that material. It's probably nylon. You know how those Timberlands have enormous amounts of stitches going on some of them to keep it waterproof. Check out how many stitches these people put here. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 rows of stitches to combine this with this. You also have a leather, really hard leather badge. Also, just great detailing. They're really not trying to take away from the overall aesthetic appeal of the shoe. And they haven't. I didn't wear this the whole winter. I'm going to wear this next winter. I'm not sure. I'm feeling this shoe and I'm like, why didn't I wear this winter? This is leather. And I believe at the end of last winter, the last winter that I did wear it, I would convince myself that this was not leather. And I did that because the toe box area kept getting ice cold on me. I'm not sure what that was about. And I may have just worn out the shoes, maybe the warm factors that go into this shoe. And there are a couple of factors that go into making this shoe warm. One is this material up here, and then they have material here. And if I'm not mistaken, even the foot pad, I think it came with two. One was like wool to increase the warmth of your foot. And I do not have that one in there. So that may have had a lot to do with why I felt like this was not being kept warm. So I stopped wearing this shoe. But here it is a year or two later, and I'm looking at this shoe. It's like, wow, this is an extremely well-built shoe. I need to put this back into my winter shoe rotation ASAP. Yeah, that's very well made. I see I broke a pin off the inside of the loop. Heavily worn shoe. It might look like a decent shoe, but this was heavily worn. I actually took this shoe to just north of North Alaska, the North Pole, Alaska, which just north of that is Fairbanks, Alaska. And this shoe held up like a champ. I remember walking with no socks, and I believe it was like 40 below, not wind chill, but actually 40 below. With the wind chill, it was outrageous, and the wind chill was probably more, like 40 minus, so like 80 below. with the windshield. Yeah, it was. I mean, I saw things I had never seen before, like trees secreting mist that froze on site. So it was like the tree branch and limb was 100% frosted all the way around, made for beautiful looking trees, like glass trees, frosty trees. Really amazing sights up there. Very beautiful area. Extremely cold, but very beautiful. But yeah, this shoe made it up there. I was delighted. I went up there, came back, and I had me a real good tool. Tried and true, tested, and then all of a sudden, when I got back to the U.S. and started wearing this shoe in the wintertime, like I said, my toe box area seemed to keep freezing. Like my toes were freezing. I'm not sure what that was about. And it could have also been because of the way I laced this shoe, which is to not lace it at all. This is actually how you keep it warm. For me, this was my warm lacing system, and this was, if I wanted to let the shoe breathe a little bit, I take this and there you go. You give yourself a little more room. Probably thought that was going to open up the whole shoe. It doesn't. It just opens up and gives you a little more space than you would have otherwise had. But I think I may have been the problem with why this shoe was not maintaining warmth with me. So I'm pretty impressed just looking at it all these years later. Well, this has been another episode of Watching Shoes. Someone's on the phone. I will talk to you all later. Watch was Invicta Hybrid, and the shoe is Pajar. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.